Hello, and welcome to another week of Light to My Path, our 2025 Bible reading plan. This is, we're getting close to the end. We have this week, next week, and then just like the half a week. This week we are continuing in the Gospel of John, reading John 10 through 14. Now, this is, every chapter is big and long and important, right? John 10 is Jesus's I am the Good Shepherd talk, which is like such an important, one of the many important ways to think about Jesus. John 11 is when he raises Lazarus from the dead, which the raising of Lazarus from the dead turns out to be really like a hinge in the Gospel of John. It is super important because it is finally the raising of Lazarus from the dead that gets Jesus into all kinds of trouble in the Gospel of John. Because it's because people knew that Lazarus had died and that Jesus raised him from the dead, and people saw what Jesus did and they couldn't believe that Lazarus, who was dead, is alive again. And that's what made so many people go after him and follow. Like, that's really what created this huge movement in the Gospel of John. And this is what the religious leaders could not stand for. You really see that in John chapter 12, because there's a plot to kill Lazarus. What happens on Palm Sunday in the Gospel of John, it's so amazing. It says, the crowd that had been with him when he called Lazarus out of the tomb and raised him from the dead continued to testify. So this crowd that witnessed the new life that Jesus gives starts to testify on their own. He performed this sign and the crowd went out to meet him. This is when the Pharisees then said to one another, you see, you could do nothing. Look, the world has gone after him. And this is I love that line, because that's what the goal of the church should be. The goal of the church as Jesus followers should be to put, just like Jesus did, to put the new life that Jesus brings, to put that on display so that the crowd around us can see us, and then the crowd around us, the world, will go after Jesus as well. If we are doing our job as far as testifying, bearing witness, showing with our lives the new life that Jesus gives us, the world around will see, and then they will go after him too. So I love that. That's from John chapter 12. And then in John 13, you get this critical, read it again and again. The story of Jesus washing the disciples' feet and why he does it. He said it, did it as an example for us to follow. This is when he gives the new commandment, love one another as I have loved you. Every chapter here is just amazing, and it's so important. And then in John 14, is when you begin a few chapters, more or less, of just Jesus talking. It's Jesus talking, it's Jesus praying, it's this insightful kind of view of what Jesus thinks, of how he talks to his Father. It's awesome, it's beautiful, a little bit puzzling, it's fascinating. That starts John 14, that's where we'll end this week. But I want to encourage you, as you read the Gospel of John, they're longer chapters, longer stories. Take your time with it. Take your time, really sit with it, read it. Some of the logic is a little confusing, and so take your time to think through what's John getting at? What's Jesus getting at? I want to encourage you to come to me, ask questions. I'd love to talk about the Gospel of John. It's so amazing. Again, watch the Bible Project's video on John, because I think there's two of them. It's so helpful. And I just enjoy this week of reading, because the Gospel of John is just amazing. All right, have a great week. Take care.